Nervous. Hello, everybody, and welcome into Prem de la Creme Wednesday show. No Premier League roundup today because it's the big night of Champions League. And in the spirit of talk about the highest level of football, today's show is all about who has been the biggest peak performer in the past 5 seasons. So from 21-22, who's been the top performer in the Premier League? And this could just be for one game, could be for 5 games, could be for 10 games, could be for a whole season, right? Could be just against a particular team. Right, so we're gonna run through our top fives, and then we're gonna agree on a list, and you can put it in the comment section below in terms of what you think the list should be as well. I'm interested to see some shouts because this is where you can show ball knowledge, and my two compatriots today to show their ball knowledge is, of course, in the left-hand corner is Mr. Cornerflag. Cornerflag, introduce yourself.
How's it going, everybody? Nawaz here from the Corner Flag. I know there is an opportunity here to really flex the ball knowledge by going for some player that did well for like maybe 5 game weeks, but I'm gonna rather stick to who really caught all of our attention by the time the season ended. I'll mention those types of players. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think there will be a bit of overlap if
Yeah.
assuming I got a good functional panel here tonight.
And talking of ball knowledge, this is why the big man in the bottom got the call up. Big Max Said, low key. People have been saying on the streets, Max Said best ball knowledge on Prem de la Creme. Well, he's an Arsenal fan, so I can tell you that's wrong. But Max Said, are you excited for today's show?
Definitely, bro. Definitely, bro. We're gonna see the outcomes today, the different insights. Everybody's thinking, even in the chat. Let's see what ball knowledge they have. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'll give you some time to think about it, by the way, chat, because I know this is like a thinker, low-key, when you think about it. And listen to the things that we say and the ideas we have and go off the back of those, because I'll give you some insight. But interested to see who your peak performers are. And you know what? Let's just get it started. So, Mac, give me your number 5 player on the list. Then we'll go Noah, then we'll go me.
Bukayo Saka. The reason why I say this is the first ever player to do it 6 games in a row in the 2024-2025 season to assist consecutively. That's my 5th player.
Okay. And Noah?
I also went for Bukayo Saka, but funny enough, it was a different time period. So I went for the 22-23 season. I believe that was the first time we all challenged for the title. Then there was a period between like January, April where he had 14 goals and 11 assists. And like, let's be honest, probably one of the only reasons why y'all were title contenders that no one really thought y'all were going to be, but one of the reasons why because Bukayo Saka, that was like his announcement season. Like, okay, I'm a serious right winger. So I went for Bukayo Saka 23.
So you've gone 23-24 and Mac went for 21-22, did you say? What was the time period?
I went for 22-23. I went for
22-23.
Yeah.
And mine was 24-25, the start of the season. And then he got injured after that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we won't talk about what's happened after that. Well, in my 5th position, to be honest, I said that we should do a list, but I haven't really ranked them. But now I'm looking at my list. I've gone for number 5, Marcus Rashford post-World Cup. That month when he came back from when he played against Nottingham Forest to when he scored the winner against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final. That month, I think, low-key, it should be a lot higher. And I will be surprised if he's on your list as well. But that Marcus Rashford was the Marcus Rashford that Man United fans talk about now and talked about way before then of like, this is what he can become. It was a poor Eric Ten Hag team. But I think in 5th position, I've gone for Marcus Rashford.
Yeah. You know what? I did think about him also. It was like, I might as well mention the 2 honorable mentions. It was him, right? Marcus Rashford with the collar post. I still remember the goal he scored against Arsenal at the Emirates. It was the trend that Nikhil and I still carry on until today. Whenever
funny enough, I was at the stadium when that goal happened. But yeah.
Oh, is it? So you saw Saka clap back. That means the same Saka that I'm talking about. That's the Saka I'm talking about, by the way.
But he wasn't better than Rashford at that point. Saka was not better than Rashford at that point.
Yeah, but like remember, that's why I gave you the disclaimer that I looked at it from a overall.
No, but I'm saying if we're saying 5th, you're saying Saka that time. I'm saying Rashford that time. I think Rashford at that point, post World Cup Rashi, that was like peak performer. Like could have been Ballon d'Or if Man United were a serious team. I don't think Saka was really ever like he was getting his assist and that, but like he was never really Like, are you telling me that Saka is better than that Rashford?
Bro, Saka, besides this
Overall,
season, he's been getting double figures, like 20 plus almost every season. So I don't think count him
No, but
out
is he
of
better
that.
than that Rashi? Is he better than that Rashi versus that Saka? Is that? Are you saying that Saka is better than that Rashford?
who's that?
Possible. It's
Yeah.
possible.
It's
Because imagine,
impossible, bro. Just
it's
admit,
possible,
bro.
bro. He was carrying Arsenal. You don't understand. Bukayo Saka, how old was he at that age? Like 21
So
or
what?
20,
They
bro.
didn't win anything.
As a
At least
teenager, still, bro. We were
yeah, but
flipping
Rashford.
in with Emery, bro. We were in the depths. We were like, we were dying off, bro. And all of a sudden, we came up. This guy carried us.
Yeah,
We
I know
have to
he was good.
understand
Yeah,
that
in
point of
that
view.
time. But you've even gone for 2024. My thing is, when we talk about peak performance, peak performance. That's the nature of this question. Peak performance. That peak performance from Rashford, honestly, is like, for me, is unquestionable. He's untouchable, really, in that sense. For those 2 months, I think he got like 11 or 12 goals and assists. Right, he got the win in the Carabao Cup final, which is actually winning something. You can say Saka carried them. Well, I mean, Rashford carried Man United even harder. Like, absolutely. Ronaldo's leaving, right? Ronaldo just left after that interview, and Rashford said, "You know what? I'm that guy, bro. I'm that guy." So, for me, I think the
But
only question might be just your Saka versus my Rashford. I think my Rashford versus your Saka, Noah's, like, in terms of time period, I think, like, there's only one winner there, in my opinion.
I'm just trying
Chat,
to.
what do you think? Or no, chat thinks.
Alkun, yeah. What do you think, Alkun?
Well, he agrees with me.
Double check something.
So Alkun, the question is, and anyone in the chat is, Rashford post World Cup for those 2 months versus Saka in what time period, Mac?
My one, you mean?
Are you doing his one or my one?
Your one.
Mine is the start of the season of last season.
So for how long?
For like almost 3-4 months or something. Or 2 or
Okay.
3 months. 2-3 months, yeah.
Okay, so start of last season Saka or post World Cup Rashi. I think we can say that post World Cup Rashi is better than your Saka. No, can we agree on that? Or
No, I'm not going to agree with that because 22-23, shit, I think Rashford has beat him with the GA. So Rashford,
it's not even the GA. It's like the way he ran the league for a bit.
Saka was also good though.
I'm not saying he wasn't good.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. But that was the season Saka, you knew, okay, we cut in on his left. He was finessing it into the far corner that whole season. That was the Saka trademark.
No, he had that a lot. Like, even the start of last season when they had the gold strip. What season was the gold strip? 23-24?
Yeah.
The following season, because
the goal against Palace. I don't know if you remember the. Yeah. No, the goal against Palace. I remember, like, Saka's good, but I'm saying if we're saying peak for peak, Alcun's put it better than I could have even put it. No hate, but for me, Rash, right foot, left foot, pace, dribble, the guy was mental. That is absolutely true. Saka has one thing on lock. He has his left foot on lock. But Rashford is just pace, power, finishing. That point was just like peak left wing performance.
Okay, so once again, here's the question: 2022-23, Rashford or Saka? So I think it's a preference thing because at the end of the day, if you don't look at GA, the GA actually favors Saka. Saka got 14 goals, 11 assists. That's 25 GA. Rashford 17 goals, 5 assists, 22 GA.
No, in this 2 months, just the 2 months after the World Cup, just after World Cup. That's it. That's the only point I'm talking about. We're talking about peak performance. That's it.
Now you see, it's that part.
It conflicts basically.
No, because we're talking about peak performance. I don't need you to be amazing for a year. I'm talking about peak performance, right? Who played the best? Like, who had the best purple patch, basically, right?
In my opinion,
you've got to remember before Man United went away for the World Cup happened, Man United were in trouble, bro, because Piers Morgan just did that interview with Ronaldo. Ronaldo just left. Ten Hag's kind of on the ropes. They lost like 4-0 against Brentford, lost 4-0 against Brighton. Like, that team was on the ropes. Rashford came in and just like gave that team hope. He got a goal and an assist in the semi-finals of the Carabao, got the winner in the Carabao Cup final, scored pretty much every single game. Like, he carried a terrible Man United side. I think at number 5, for me, I think Rashford has to be on this list.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it from a purple patch perspective, it's like, post World Cup until the Carabao Cup final, Rashford was probably the better player. But like I said, I told you there's disclaimer from the beginning. I looked at it from a season point of view, a full season. So that's why I put Saka.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right.
Well, you know what? We can come back to it. Well, like when we finalize the list, we'll come back to it. But yeah, we'll go to play number 4.
Rashford's a good one.
Yeah. But we'll go to play number 4. So, Mac, if you want to start with play number 4 on your list.
I was debating with my fourth and third one, but I'm gonna go with Cole Palmer during the 2024 also in 25 season because he had an elite campaign, but that specific game against Brighton where he had a 10 out of 10 performance, well, I'm gonna give him fourth for that one. I don't know if you'll agree with me or not, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. Cole Palmer's good. I'm just thinking I might have to adjust my list now just based on the criteria.
We can adjust it at the end.
Okay.
Based on everyone's arguments or whatever.
Because Cole Palmer ain't even on my top 5.
Right, well, I mean, Rashford wasn't on it, so I'm kind of interested to see who you do have on it, if I'm being real.
Okay, but you're my fourth.
Yeah.
My fourth is between February to May. That means the business end of the season, 2022, quadruple chasing Thiago Alcantara. In my opinion, that he was fully fit. He was probably one of the reasons why we actually challenged on all 4 fronts for so long. Also, we were 2 games away from a quadruple.
That's a massive shock.
Yeah, that is.
He doesn't have the GA, obviously. I think that whole season he appeared 23 times. He got 2 goals, 4 assists. There's only 6 GA. But in terms of,
it's all right. We watch football with our eyes, so it's okay.
Yeah. It is just the game against Manchester United also. The game against Manchester United at Anfield. I think Liverpool won that one 5-1 or something. United won like blue kit.
6-1 or 7. Was it 7-0? That was a 7-0 game.
Wasn't the 7-0.
No, that's a really good shot. That is a really good shot.
Yeah.
Bro, when I was doing research for this video, I didn't even realize Liverpool won based like the last 30. They lost 2 games all season. They won like basically the last 13 games of that season. I'm looking at the stats. I'm like, how the hell do these brothers not win the league? Like, what the hell are they doing here? Like, I have no idea how they did win the league. Was it that year or the year after? Might be in the year before, but 21-22 when you went for everything.
21.
But yeah, in fourth, I've also gone for Cole Palmer, but the timing I've changed a little bit. So the time I've gone for is from when we lost at home when Cunha scored a hat trick, right? That game to September 2024 when we played Brighton, right? So in that time, he scored a hat trick against United to win the game. He scored a hat trick against Everton to win the game. He scored 4 against Brighton. He scored a goal for England in the final off the bench. He got the game-winning assist in the semi in the 92nd minute, right? He should have won the Player of the Year against over Phil Foden if you look at the stats. And also, the big point I want to make about this Cole Palmer is that alongside 2 players, I'm going to give you a spoiler, 2 of the players I've got later on, alongside Salah and Haaland, that peak was a genuine Ballon d'Or level peak for me. A genuine Ballon d'Or level peak. Yeah.
That goes on my rating. I did like Chelsea. And Chelsea luckily was such a terrible side in terms of getting performances done. We actually versed that Cole Palmer in the Carabao Cup final.
Yeah.
Couldn't do anything there, could he?
Yeah. I mean, nobody could. I mean, I'm gonna put that down to what do you call it, Pochettino, bro. He did all of this in a Pochettino team. Like that is also with Jackson and Madueke and Sterling, bro. That's his running mates. Yeah, Jackson, Sterling, and Madueke, bro. The 3 tatas, bro. You got 3 tatas up front, and you got to do something with it. Like he was on flames that year. But like he has to be on the list. I think he has to be on the list.
Yeah, that's why I think I'm going to reshuffle something. So because we're doing it in small time periods and peaks, I'm actually going to take out last season Salah, because Salah last season was actually he was so good across the season. He never really have a peak. So I'm taking him out. I think you're
gonna like my Salah one.
Wait. I disagree with you because there is 1 month also you could put for that.
It's around November, December, right? I think he had
December.
Yeah,
no one is. That was mine for second place. But anyways.
Well, we can discuss it. We'll discuss it. We'll discuss it. Yeah. But Noaz, I want to hear from you though about Thiago. Yeah. Just have a monologue about him, bro. I want to hear about this Thiago because I do love Thiago.
The thing is with Thiago, right? I even wrote some notes here because you were so good. So I said you also, like press resistant. because that's what you would do. You know, like how Gravenberg almost lets the ball like go across his body, and then he thinks the defender that's pressing him out of the picture completely. Thiago Alcantara was doing that a long time ago. He actually did it with a bit more flair also. So Gravenberg, he just lets the ball come onto his other foot. Thiago actually does like a small dummy. Like he flicks his ankle, so you think, okay, he's going to turn left.
Yeah.
Dummy flick, and he'll go still to the right. That was the type of stuff you would do. And then let's not forget that goal he scored against Porto also. And one
Yeah.
did it hit the floor.
Was that point between
It
February
wasn't at that
and
point. Though. It wasn't at that point, but it's that season. I think that was still in the group stages, so it was before February.
yeah.
But I'm just talking about that season, Thiago. But in that period, though, he actually, if I'm not mistaken, he couldn't make the Carabao Cup final that season. I think he got injured in the Carabao Cup final in training, like just before the final started. Yeah, it was against Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken, is it?
We got shagged in that final. We got absolutely shagged. Lukaku's never offside. Never offside. But anyway.
But I can't remember if it was the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, but he was actually injured in the pre-game warm-up. And he was crying. It was the Carabao Cup because in the FA Cup he actually had a good performance. So just like the whole, okay, he finally got to play in Wembley final. I still remember it now. But yeah, no, he was so good. Tempo setting. He's the type of player you ask for to be the orchestrator.
Because he's the sort of player, him and like someone like Reece James, right, are like the sort of players where you're like, they're so good. The only thing you can say about them is they get injured. That's how good Thiago is. It's like you can never pick anything out of his game. Like, oh, he's missing this, he's missing that. Like, when players are that fantastic, all you can say is injuries. And that, yeah, like Thiago's record that year was just like, I remember playing like when we played against him and just games you'd watch of Liverpool, and he was just, yeah, that's an amazing shout, Loki. That is an amazing shout.
I'm just here with the knowledge, man. But I'm humble.
I know obviously you're Liverpool fans, so you saw it, but that is, he was incredible, bro. He was
too good. He was too good, yeah.
But yeah, we'll come back to Palmer. We'll come back to Palmer, and
we'll talk about. I do have another honorable mention, by the way. It's someone that I guess the entire panel here doesn't like, but I'll mention him at the end.
Okay, that's probably gonna be like Hurricane or something. I love Hurricane, by the way. Okay, let the record stay. But yeah, we'll move.
We know that.
We'll move to number 3. Okay, and Nawaz, I want you to go first on this one. Who have you got in the number 3 position?
This one here might be controversial because I'm going for August to February. It's a bit of a big period. It was beginning of the season until just post December. Haaland's first season. It's a bit low. Might be a bit low. But yeah, he was unstoppable. Hat-trick, I think back-to-back hat-tricks, if I'm not mistaken, in that time period. 3 hat-tricks in a row. Obviously, he ended up getting the Premier League record for 36 goals, 8 assists. But it was a hat-trick against Manchester United also in that time before Christmas. Phil Foden also got a hat-trick in that same game, funny enough. But he became the first player to score a hat-trick in the Manchester derby. Phil Foden said, you know what, I want to join you, my brother. Became the second player to score a hat-trick in the same game.
5 PA. He got 5 PA in that game.
Yeah, insane. Yeah, I think absolute robot, isn't he? But he does go a bit low on my list because of the team he was in and the way he was getting fed. But yeah, Haaland stuff.
Go on, Mark. Who have you got at number 3?
I have Foden. Basically, due to that February, bro. Do you know that hat-trick he scored against Brentford was a tactical masterclass for me, bro? I'm telling you, Foden. Like, I know as an Arsenal fan, that hit me that time. And we lost the league by 5 points. That February alone, Foden knocked us completely out of the water. So I'm going for Foden, bro.
Only Foden.
Well, just that one game against Brentford you're talking about?
One game and basically that whole February in total, but mainly down to that one game.
It's funny, I had Foden like on my mind for the list, but then I looked at his numbers and I looked at I shouldn't just be numbers, but I remember watching him and thinking like, wait, the other players on this list just deserve to be higher than him, man. I just don't think, and I'm going to counter your Foden with somebody else in my number 1 slot, right? So that would be the one that I would counter Foden with. But at number 3, I've gone for Mohamed Salah versus the big boys in 21-22. He was unbelievable, right? That United away performance, right? That Man City performance where he's done Laporte like an absolute kipper. He's done Silva like a kipper. Goal and an assist. The United away, like that, bro. 3-0, where he goes like this. Oh my God, that performance was incredible. And that's when people started to talk seriously about Hazard versus Salah. Because he really touched, like, he was doing well before then. He had a great season before then. But that was purely where I was like, you know what? Obviously, Hazard's a better player than him. But, like, this is where the conversation become, like, better footballer versus actually, like, performed, had higher level performances constantly. What do you prefer more? Like, that's, oh my God. That Salah, I remember I was in love with that guy. If people in love in this country to football, have to be in love with Mohamed Salah. This year, only 3 times in 10 games did he not score a goal, right? And in most of those games, he got a couple of goals in those. And in one of the games that he didn't score, which was City away, he got an assist, right? And another note I put down is like, that is the only real time, right, alongside Haaland and alongside Palmer, where he got proper shouts for the Ballon d'Or. I know last year people talked about him getting the Ballon d'Or, and his numbers were incredible and they won the league. But this is the best Salah I think I ever saw. Was 21-22, especially for that first 6 months, that Ballon d'Or run Salah. Yeah, and I think no other player besides Haaland ever touched those sort of levels, personally. But yeah, that's what I've got at number 3. So let's discuss.
Yeah. I got that Salah also in this list. I would put him higher because, yeah, like that whole first half, so not just against the big boys, but after that City goal, the following game was Watford.
Yeah.
He assisted Sadio Mane with a trivela and bent it around the defense. And he then did the exact, almost like the same thing where he put 2 defenders on their butt, went to the right, shuffled a bit, put it back order. He was absolutely unplayable. So actually, you know how I time framed it.
Yeah.
It's actually a good segue into my number 2, by the way.
Go on, you can talk about it. You can talk about it.
I time framed it as August until the AFCON. Because that season there was AFCON, right? He was a different player after AFCON. Then all of a sudden, Sadio Mane became Liverpool's best player post AFCON. And Sadio Mane, honorable mention, is not in my list here, but Sadio Mane that same season, from Jan until May, he was actually our striker. We rotated him a lot with Bobby. So Sadio Mane, number 9, that was an honorable mention. But yeah, no, Salah was absolutely insane. The goal against City, the goal against Watford. Like you said, Ballon d'Or energy, pure Ballon d'Or energy.
Yeah.
I think he ended off that season with 35 appearances, 23 goals, 13 assists. So he got 36 GAs.
Yeah, he tailed off. Yeah, he tailed off a bit. But I think even compared to last year, and this would be really interesting to hear your thoughts on it, Nawaz. But like, honestly, for me, when you talk about Salah, last year people talked about Ballon d'Or, right? But this Salah for me was just like, you could just, when you watch, if people who watch football, you see what's a good player and what's not. And I'm not saying last season was a bad player, but what Salah is better? 24-25 Salah, or that first half of the season Salah, 21-22?
Yeah, it's 21-22. Because like you said, you have to enjoy what you're watching. So last season, Salah was an absolute output machine, right? Like he wasn't like a full-on robot like Haaland. He still would, do a bit of dribbles here, take on the player, good tiki-taka. But 21-22, he would do things all by himself, which is what people used to say Hazard was able to do. Create a goal from nothing.
Yeah.
21-22, Salah was able to do that.
Yeah. No, incredible, man. Incredible. And then you said Foden, Mac. I think you got some tough competition. I can't lie. But chat to me about that Foden.
No, bro. I don't think I'm winning over that, bro. That even makes my second pick of Salah even more shit. Like at the same time, so it's like I'm really lost going into my second place, bro.
But chat about that Foden though.
That Foden, bro. I don't even say I was in tears. That is why this season. Like, in past seasons, I used to cry. I'll say it blatantly. I used to cry, bro. But now it's one season where I'm not even feeling that emotion, bro. I'm just calm. So those seasons, De Bruyne, Foden, those type of men, bro, they made it difficult for us. Foden on that left foot, even, his signature also when he cuts it, he doesn't even bend it, bro. He just hits it straight like a rocket.
Yeah.
Those type of ones. As soon as he gets onto his left foot, you're like, oh no, bro. That February, I think he scored 2 or 3 goals in that same type of fashion.
Is this in the season he won Player of the Year? Is that the year you're talking about?
I think it was...
23-24. The second time you went for the league.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You won the young player. I think you won the young player, actually.
Was it which year was it you went for the league? Was it the first time you went? Because if it was
No,
second,
the
that would have been player of the year.
23-ish. I don't even know where I put this
I
thing.
think it's 23, 24.
23.
Yeah, he won the league.
23,
He won the
24.
player of the year that year, and that period was
Did you
probably
win?
where he liked to find that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people
But
always
then
talk about like
it's obviously harder
go.
to compare to Salah's, bro. That is just ruthlessness. Whereas Foden was there to like get them on their journey, basically. So yeah, I can't
Yeah.
compete with that.
But like that's where he stepped up because people always talk about Foden over like when's Foden going to take over De
Yeah.
Bruyne, when's he going to take over David Silva, Bernardo Silva. That was when like you could generally like see him do it. You know, in terms of peak performance, I think it's a good shout. But yeah, let's move into number 2, and then once you've done the whole list, we'll then agree on a list.
Yeah.
I definitely
That's cool.
reshuffle it post at the end,
Yeah.
but yeah. So I already
So
said my
El
number
Kun,
2.
the question was the biggest peak performance and the time period where they did it is since 21-22. So I hope you understand the gist of the video. Anyone? And so whoever's got players that we don't have in our heads, they could be rogue players. Put it in the chat. I mean, I'm interested to see if any of you have like some good like.
To be
good
fair,
interesting
January
shouts.
Timo Pukki. January Timo
Yeah.
Pukki. 2020 January Timo Pukki.
But yeah, so in number 2, Mac, you start it.
Basically said, bro, I was gonna put Salah 24-25 season. That month of December, I think there's no player in Premier League history that has got more than 14 GA. So I
In
was
1
basically
month.
gonna put that down. Yeah. No player in Premier League
I
history.
think that's insane.
And 14. And then bro, even in February if he goes, he got like 10 goals or something like 10 goals in assists also at that time. So bro, it's hard to
You know, I
choose a
remember.
specific month, but that 14 goals in assists, bro, 14 goal involvement, that is mad. No
Yeah,
player has ever gotten to that record.
that makes like 2 a game in December.
Facts, but like to like consistently perform though at that level and get that output is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I'm just thinking fantasy points. That's what I'm thinking. Fantasy points.
And you know, yeah, that's the thing. I never had him as my captain for I think like a solid 4 games in a row. Because I said, no, I know Salah, he'll drop off eventually. So just kept on getting better and better. Actually, it was the game against Spurs where we won them 6-3 or something away. That was the game. I was like, you know what? Just put this guy on the captaincy armband again.
Go on, Noah. Who have you got number 2?
Salah 21-22 was my number 2.
Number 2. Okay. I think we can debate like which version of Salah we can put in. I think we should only put one in, and we can debate which version.
Yeah.
At number 2, I've gone for Erling Haaland versus everyone from August 22 till October 2022, and basically, Noah, you've taken all the points. Right, I didn't go all the way to February because I think the peak performance when he just started. Then afterwards, he kind of just was like a stat padder, so to say. And he was never obviously like a great performer, right? But he was that when he first came. You got to think he was 21 when he moved to the Premier League. No, he just turned 22 when he came to the Premier League. Obviously, he smashed it at Salzburg, smashed it at Dortmund. But like this is like he's gone from you've got your Kane, you've got your Agueros, and then you're like, who's the best next striker? And then the next one to come off the rank. 2 goals against West Ham, does the celebration, then gets a hat trick against Forest, I believe, and hat trick against Palace. Then he gets a hat trick against Man United as well, and he just dominated anyone he needs to dominate, and 5 goals and assists in your first Manchester derby, right? I mean, Loki Anthony scored in that game as well, so the keepers must have been that great. But I remember watching this guy being like, yeah, this is like I love Kane, even though I hate Tottenham. I had the exact same feeling when I watched Haaland. I don't like City. But I appreciate greatness. And that, to me, was just, like, pure greatness. And the fact that he didn't win the Ballon d'Or that year was an absolute farce. But, yeah, at number 2, I've got Haaland.
You know what's funny, though? It's like, in that Ballon d'Or ceremony, they showed all of Haaland's goals that season in all competitions. He scored about 50-something goals. And then not a single one of them. Okay, maybe the odd 1 or 2. But majority, I'm telling you, 90% of his goals weren't even goals where he had to touch it to compose himself and then shoot. It was all at the end of crosses. It might have been this acrobatic bicycle or crazy header or something, but 90% of it were one-touch finishes.
But that's a skill in of itself. Like the clinical nature. Yeah. Like I remember that first one where the ball came across his body against West Ham, right? The first one, and he's let it come across him, and he just like puts it in the far corner. I was like, this brother can finish. Because I remember, and this is, stay with me here. right? But before Chelsea signed Timo Werner, I remember his shot conversion rate in the Bundesliga was like super high, right? And I've never seen anything really like that before when I watched Timo Werner. Like, obviously, it's a terrible league, so take that with a pinch of salt. But then when I watched Haaland do it in what I thought was the best league in the world with the best defenders, he just made them look like a mug. In this run was when he like bounced there Webster. I don't know if you remember. Edison kicked the ball long, and he just bodied Webster out the way, just like scored with the first time. I was like, bro, that is unbelievable. And then obviously finished the goal with 36 goals. But yeah, number 2, Erling Haaland versus everybody.
Great goal scorer is all he was, like Elkut says. That's why Ballon d'Or for the best player. They gave him his
No, but that's incredible, bro. That's that's incredible what he was doing. Nobody can ever I don't think anyone will ever touch the goal scoring record he did that year. I don't think anyone's breaking 36 goals in a 38 game Premier League season. Come on. Like, that is unbelievable. And you can say, yeah, he had KDB behind me, he had a great team. But, like, nobody else on that team had finished like that. Aguero in his top seasons with that exact same team didn't get that. You know, and he's meant to be this top striker. Bro, the brothers, unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But yeah, so that's what I've got number 2. I mean, we can just move to number 1, and then we can discuss if you want.
Bro, my number 1 is literally your number 2. Bro, what more do I go on to say? The only thing I can literally say is he has like the best record of scoring. I think it's like 0.88 per goal, I think, in like the last 4 seasons. Some ridiculous stat like that, bro. There's not much more to say. I'm not like literally covered it all. But yeah.
I mean, what time period did you do that? Because I guess we can debate.
I don't really have a time period for that, bro. It's just the whole season. Scoring 36 goals, is a monumental effort. I don't think anyone can ever top that type of thing, unless you're as alien as him. But yeah.
Yeah, but his finishing was crazy. Go on, Noah. So you go for number 1.
My number 1. I don't think I'm assuming you all don't have this one.
I think I do.
Okay, let's see. It's the running. It's Mr. Big Man, Mr. Big Pressure. January to May, in particular 2022, the midfield perfection, Kevin De Bruyne.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If it wasn't for him, we would have actually won a treble that season because we would have won the Premier League. He was absolutely vital for Manchester City across both games that season. But I'm saying the run-in part because I think there was a game against Wolves or something. He scores 4 goals in that game. A perfect hat-trick, actually. A header, a goal with the right, a goal with the left, and then one more just for security. He played as a false 9 in that game. In that season, he played as an 8. He played as a 10. I think his overall stats that season was 23 in 30 appearances. But yeah, like KDB was... I'm telling you, if City did have KDB, in those 2 seasons, Liverpool were challenging, and we lost the league by a single point on both occasions. We would have actually won the league. You could have put anyone else. You could have put the best Bruno Fernandes. You could have put the best Frank Lampard. You could put the best like Cole Palmer. And KDB is just built different. And that's the reason Liverpool lost the league by 1 point on 2 occasions.
Well, I'm gonna back that up, but I'm gonna make this like just refine it a little bit better, right? Because my number 1 is also Kevin De Bruyne. But it's Kevin De Bruyne in the final 2 games of the 21-22 season. Because that game against Wolves, I remember watching it and thinking, yeah, this guy's the best Premier League player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This guy's the best Premier League player I've ever seen. He scored a hat-trick with his left foot within 24 minutes in every single shot in 24 minutes against Wolves to win that game like 5-1. They needed 7 points in the last 3 games. They end up drawing the next game. And then what he does in that final game, bro, you know it better than I do. But obviously, 2-0 down. Coutinho scores that worldie. Then Gundogan scores. Good cross from Sterling. And then Rodri scores. Great pass, great goal. Right? But the pass for the Gundogan goal at the end of the game. If you watch that game back, like if we're clipping this, clip this. Yo, editor, clip this. Put the ball that he puts in over to Gundogan, bro. How the hell he's seeing that? And how the hell he's put it round a defender who's going in front of it, then behind a defender who's going behind it, and it hits Gundogan right at the back post. When we talk about Mr. Clutch, and when we talk about just like peak performance, peak athletic performance, bro, that to Liverpool fans, him tying his shoelaces is like a haunting memory, bro. It's a haunting memory. So for me, yeah, I agree with Nawaz. Number one, I've gone for KDB the last 3 games of the season. And if we want to really nail it down, we could just say Wolves and Aston Villa. So we could say the last 2 games of the season.
I put the running.
That was just, yeah.
You know, whenever the Premier League says the running,
yeah,
that version of Kevin De Bruyne.
But like that one was like, and also one thing that we're forgetting, they had no striker. That was when people said City don't need a striker. I could score 30 goals a season for City. Anyone could do it, right? He was playing centre forward when he scored that 4 goals against Wolves. He was a joke, bro. He was a joke. And for me, the best Premier League player of all time. I know people always talk about Henry, and it's not just that point, but I think KDB for me is number 1. But yeah, that's peak performance.
Okay, he's your goal also. Shit, we should actually maybe do another segment one day. Probably top.
No, we will. But I think he is. I don't think people talk about him. But like as you said, Noah, start running. Oh my god, he's a joke, bro. He's a joke.
He definitely sits on the table with like people want to make it seem like he doesn't sit on the table with Steven Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes.
He's got his own table. He's got his own table. Fuck Gerrard, Scholes, Lampard, bro. He's got his own table. You need to get invited to his table.
Of course, yeah. But I mean, like in terms of ability, also, he's too good. Yeah, he's too good.
Bro, he's just a joke. That ball is Gundogan. When you watch it, it's just like I remember I watched it today, and I was like, I was relying on the shit on regime, bro. Like, what sort of sorcery have I just seen, bro? I've just seen black magic in real time. Like, what the hell is happening here? How is he like? He clutched that up at the end of this game, bro. Like. Oh my god!
That's why, like Arsenal fans, Mark, you won't understand the heartbreak Liverpool fans went through. Like that was like
he understands, bro.
He understands a different heartbreak. Like Liverpool, we tried our best, but we just came against a better opponent. Arsenal bottled it. It was themselves.
No, that goal where you had Saliba out and holding in, and KDB scored. Come on, bro. He feels it a bit.
I don't even think you should remind me about those type of things, bro.
To be fair, the treble winning City team, Mac did experience that, yeah. So
yeah. And then Grant Gayflock puts in the chat. He goes, not Gayflock, G-Flock. Sorry, I didn't mean to butcher your name there, but he said he was even clutch in that second half of the 22-23 season. I mean, the best Haaland came with the best KDB. There's a reason why KDB's Haaland's numbers have been incredible, but they've been lower and lower since KDB kind of fell out the side, bro. Like the guy's a joke. The guy is an absolute, like, he's silly. He's incredible. And I know I said that Palmer, Salah, and Haaland were like Ballon d'Or, actually could have won the Ballon d'Or in the years they had their peaks. If KDB's peak was a bit longer, absolutely he could have won the Ballon d'Or as well, I think. But those 3 games, I think, in terms of Premier League peak performance, for me, number 1. But we can discuss everything else as well.
Yeah. Max still has to say he's number 1.
No, I said my number 1. I said it first, remember?
Oh, yes.
Went off Hamza's one.
Yeah. Okay, no fair. Yeah,
but you didn't have KDB in your list, Mac. How do you not have KDB in your list?
I'm just thinking, bro. That's why. Don't rush into your list, bro. Don't rush.
This left is my idea.
But let's come to a consensus then, right? So we'll start at 5 and then we'll go our way up.
But first, can I talk about my honorable mention that I said? You guys ain't going to enjoy it. So this one here is just more across the whole season.
He's definitely going to be a Liverpool player. Cody Gakpo, 24-25.
Oh, it was good actually. But no, it's not you. I'm talking about the last time this team finished second. 2020-2021, Bruno Fernandes. So penalty merchant, jokes aside, right? Like people are talking about this penalty record. He actually carried Manchester United to second place that season. I think it was the lockdown season. So it's an honorable mention. 18 goals, 12 assists, 30 GA. I think if I'm not mistaken, Hamza. If I'm not mistaken, let me just double check this. I'll fact check it.
Well, I think Fernandes is better now than he was then, bro.
Now
that's more GA, but like, who cares about output, bro? Peak performance. You would rather watch Haaland. You'd rather watch Fernandes than Haaland, Salah, Palmer, Saka, Rashford. Are we being serious right now?
I don't want to see something. So 2020, 2021 was 30 GA, right? I think Lampard holds the record for most GA in the season. Do you know that number, though?
No idea, bro.
For midfielder.
I know he's like fourth on the all-time Premier League goal scorers list and like fourth on the all-time Premier League assists list. And I know he got 20 goals a season for 10 seasons, which Bruno Fernandes hasn't even been in the league.
Lampard still holds the record. 36 GA for midfielder in 2009, 2010.
Yeah, but Fernandes led to nothing, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, we won the double that year. We won the FA Cup and League double, which we've never done before. You know?
Fair. Oh, that's why he was an honorable mention, isn't it?
So get his damn name out of your goddamn mouth, right? Get Lampard's name out of your goddamn mouth.
I do like to see, especially y'all two, because I know Hamza has a special relationship with Bruno, and Mac also doesn't really read Bruno.
No, I like Bruno. I think it's better now.
I rate Bruno.
Like,
it's just that he cries.
On this list is crazy though.
You're talking about specific times. Like there was a moment there where everyone had him in your FPL also, because he knew a goal was coming, even if it's from a penalty.
Yeah, that was peak rat when did he miss his penalty against Villarreal?
That was the following season.
No, I think it was Bailly.
It was that season. I
think Bailly missed.
All I remember is him crying at that game. But
he's always crying, bro. You'll never know.
Which time? But okay, let's come to an agreement. So I'll write all these down. But so you said our first ones were Saka 2022-23, Saka 24.
I'm taking Saka out. I'm putting Palmer in there.
Okay, so Saka 24-25 start the season. Then you got Rashford World Cup. Who are we going for on as number 5?
Well, I put Palmer. So Palmer's mine.
Yeah, but I mean we both put him in 4, so it'll probably be. I mean we can put him in this conversation if you want. But I would say Palmer's ahead of us.
So that postseason from Rashford was how many months?
It was about 3 months until the Carabao Cup final.
2 months.
Wasn't it like 3? It was good.
It was 2 months.
But then you could categorize the same thing. Can this guy hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, you could categorize the same thing with Saka. Not only did he have the 6 assists, he still had goals with him. I think it was around 4 or 5 goals also at the same time. I'm not specifically sure. But
to be fair, Saka got injured that year also. That's why it stopped. Otherwise, the numbers.
He was on point to have like his best goals and assists that season, and then just got injured for like 4 months after.
But obviously, now we have the benefit of hindsight. A lot of those assists were corners. That was the beginning, the birth of corner FC. We just didn't know it at the time. That was the beauty of set piece FC.
True. It was. But again, you can't get players nowadays that can land 8 out of 10 on the spot. You know what I'm saying? It takes a skill also to do at the same time.
Declan Rice, bro.
Yeah,
I think Declan Rice is a better set piece player than David Beckham.
No one is getting his debate, so I don't know from. Do you have other bros like Tristan also that support Arsenal?
Yeah, I need to get. I don't think I'm urgent, so I'm going to say it again. I think Declan Rice is on par with. Actually, maybe I went back to David Beckham. That's set pieces.
Did you what I asked him?
That's haram, boy.
I asked him, does he have any friends like Tristan that support Arsenal? What Tristan said about Tottenham this past week, yeah.
I think that's an inside joke. I probably don't understand.
He's heavy Thomas Frank in, bro. There's no problems with Tottenham. Tottenham are the best team in the world, bro.
And he sees no negatives.
I was just joking with the Rice in back. I was just joking. But yeah, no, Tristan, that's absolutely delusional. Get rid of it, man.
But so did you guys? So obviously Saka, yeah, great. I think
my sense is Rashford. Then.
Mine's Rashford as well. In terms of peak performance, I'd say Rashford. I think Saka over 5 years has been better. Rashford during that time was just better.
Longevity, Saka.
I just have to concede it's 2 against 1, bro.
Yeah, democracy.
It's just in terms of the way Rashford played, bro. Like the goals he was scoring, like it was too good that season. Yeah. I remember the one against it was Aston Villa where he sat a couple of players down, ended up shooting it off the crossbar. It was that season also in that period.
Possible.
And also the Forest game. That was where he I can't remember who skinned alive, but that was where he was like dribbling through people and scoring, not just like finishing off chances.
Yeah, even the one against Arsenal, I think he chipped on Thomas Partey, who Arsenal fans were raving at the time. He put it through his legs and then he banged it from like about 27 yards.
Player, bro, player. But okay, we'll put.
I'll concede. It's all right.
Yeah, we'll say Rashford post World Cup. Okay, so that's at 5, and then at 4, we'll talk about. I mean, you had Palmer. I mean, we all basically had Palmer, right? So I mean, we can just go. I mean, you can debate something else.
Thiago Alcantara.
Thiago Alcantara. Well, yeah. So I mean, it's between Thiago or Palmer. So I think it's a 2v1. But if you give a good enough debate, I can think about it.
But okay, the only point I guess I can add is the fact that he literally was one of the reasons, because I wouldn't say Liverpool had a very good team that season, so I wouldn't say he was like the main guy. But even that semi-final in the FA Cup against Manchester City at Wembley, he ran the show that semi-final. I don't know if you guys remember, he got 2 assists, one to Sadio. He dictated the play. He actually, I can't even remember if Kevin De Bruyne was fit. But if Kevin De Bruyne was fit, imagine being the better midfielder in a midfield that had Kevin De Bruyne. So Thiago Alcantara that season, he's the reason why we challenged for a quadruple, and we are the last team to challenge for a quadruple.
Yeah, but you only just got over the line in the FA Cup. Like, that was the worst FA Cup final I've ever watched in my whole entire life. And if Mason Mount and Marcus Alonso went such touchdowns, bro, we would have won that. So you wouldn't have, like, yeah, you challenged for stuff, but like, you know what I mean? I think Palmer, when we talk about peak performance, like, that Palmer was genuine, like, top level, right? Like, the amount of
also a bit of a penalty merchant, though, wasn't he? Was a bit of a penalty merchant, also, wasn't he?
I mean, we talk about the free kick against Brighton from 30 yards out. Are we talking about the 20-yard screamer against Man United to win the game? After had already been given player of the match, we then had Palmer get player of the match.
We have a lot of penalty. How many penalty goals?
Are we talking about the halfway line goal against Everton? Are we talking about the 30-yard screamer against Everton? Are we talking about the goal against Spain, open play in the final to bring it back to 1-1? Right? Is it the goal-winning assist against Netherlands in the semi-final? Like, bro, you can talk about penalties all you want. You can try and rage bait me all you want, bro. But when we talk about proper peak performance, Cole Palmer, like, people talk about Cole Palmer now going for 180 million, really based on that. On that peak, people are wanting to sell him for 180 million to United. That's why United fans are twerking for him, because of what he did a year and a half ago. I'm not saying he's not good now, but I'm just saying that is the Palmer that people remember. I think in terms of peak performance.
So I'm assuming you won like a couple of trophies that season. And he played in the final. He did play in the finals. 2 finals.
So you got to remember, he's playing in Pochettino's team, right?
And the Carabao Cup final. Or he played for.
Yeah, he played in. He came off the bench in the Euros final, and then in the Carabao Cup final. Bro, Pochettino, come on, man, Poch tax. Why have you been so horrible to me for? And bringing those things up. I was thinking my cousin's in the car, and I was watching it, bro. Why do you have to bring that up? Prick. Honestly.
No, because you're talking about finals, isn't it? You're talking about Thiago being in finals, but his job isn't really to score goals.
No, but I'm only saying it was terrible. I didn't say Thiago played bad in the final. I didn't bring up how bad Thiago was in the final. Where was he in the Carabao Cup final? Oh, he wasn't there because he got injured. Oh, because he's injury, bro. Can never be me, bro. Can never be me.
I swear, Palmer wasn't English.
But that 4 goals against Brighton. Like the free kick from 30 yards out, like, oh my god. And then the pass for Neto against Newcastle. The pass for Neto. No, for me, I mean, we can go to a vote.
Was it Neto last season? That pass?
No. That was start of last season. But I said from February 2024, when Cunha scored 3 goals on us, right, to September 2024. That's peak. That's the peak.
Oh, across the 2 seasons. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, he was in my FPL, bro, and he was actually challenging Haaland for captaincy.
But let's vote.
I'll give it to Mac then. So Max will decide. I'm saying Thiago, you saying Palmer.
I'm also saying Palmer, bro. I think
I'm
supporting Hamza on this one. Thiago is different gravy, but Palmer stepped up in all those big games, bro, in that period of time. So I'm gonna go. Even in terms of shots, chances created, goals, assists. He had everything. One thing you can.
I mean, Thiago had like 90% passing accuracy. I remember that season. I saw a stat. Then he was also doing 9 passes.
But you must remember, Chelsea are shit at times, okay?
Yeah, bro.
And those high pressure,
We have
Those
pods,
high,
bro.
those high pressure moments is what one thing Palmer got them out of. So you have to give
I
it to
remember
him.
the hat-trick against United also. Fair enough.
Bro, Nonny, Jackson, yeah, Sterling. That's who Palmer had. That's literally who Palmer had. At least, who did Thiago have? He had prime Mane, prime Salah, prime Firmino, a new Diaz, like Trent, Van Dijk, bro. We had Nonny, Sterling, and Jackson. Come on, bro. Like,
It's okay. Take power. Take power. It's fine.
Basically, Palmer was the creator, the scorer, the playmaker, the penalty taker, everything.
bro.
Yeah, fair,
And they were
fair.
trying to fight. They were trying to fight for penalties off him. That's how messed up these players were. They didn't realize.
I remember
Palmer's
that
guy,
Madueke
give him the
one.
penalty. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
No,
that's
but
fine.
Thiago's
I
unreal.
remember- and
I'm not going to
Nicolas
talk
Jackson
smack
is
about
a-
Thiago. Thiago
Yeah,
was
yeah.
unbelievable.
It's a preference
I think
thing
in terms,
now, yeah.
I think in terms of peak performance, I think Palmer has to be on the list. Has to be on the list.
Fair.
But yeah, we'll move into three. To be fair, we can do 3, 2, and 1 all together because we pretty much all had the same players, right? We had Haaland, we had
Yeah.
Salah, and we
My
had
3
KDB.
was Max.
Well, you had
one.
Mac had Foden, but
Yeah, but you can take my Foden out. But I know you're going to go with Salah 3, Haaland 2, and De Bruyne 1. So
no, but we.
I think I'll take
I don't know.
Oh, before Salah is
I'm open to it. I'm open to debate. To be
no,
honest.
but I'd rather have those 3 players over Foden. So that's what I'm saying. I'd rather go in that.
So that's.
Well, what order
That
should we
was
do? And
22,
what
23.
version should we do?
I don't
That's
know. Ask
basically
you
what we
first.
have to decide.
Who replaces his Foden? Does 21, 22 Kevin De Bruyne replace your Foden then? And I will reshuffle it afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's actually mental. I never even take De Bruyne into consideration.
No, but you did only get the call up like 3 hours ago, so we'll let you off.
yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
No, though. How he didn't have Palmer and he had like 4 days is crazy, but.
To be fair, yeah, I should have Palmer. I don't know how I slipped at it. But either way, I'm putting the 22-23 Haaland first debut season is my number 3. I still think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So,
I think between that and KDB, to be honest. If we're talking about
3.
2 and 3, I think number 3 because it has to be that, like, yeah. But then if we were doing, hear me out. If we do Haaland start of the season, just the first 3 months, where he got 20 goals, right, in like 13 games, 5 against United. Like, if we do that time period, that's ridiculous, bro. He's just insane, bro. And obviously they won the treble as well. But I mean, we're not talking about that, so I don't want to get into that. But I don't know. I'm open to Haaland being 3, but
Haaland, we can literally take so many moments. He had so many moments that you can lay down and put down on the table. But there's not one specific one, I think, that you can. Because that season alone, when he scored 36, I'm sure almost like 2 or 3 months, he probably scored like multiple hat tricks also at the same time.
Maybe in the future,
3 hat-tricks in a row. He did 3 hat-tricks in a row, bro. One of them against United where he got 5 GA. Like, that was cracked. When I think about it, I'm like, De Bruyne was good, but like, Haaland didn't.
You'll never see why
like,
that
peak was a bit longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I was about to say then. I'm still putting Haaland 3.
What period are we talking about?
Yeah,
we agree on a time period.
August to Feb. August to December, let's say. Let's say August to December.
I'll put him 3.
All right. I agree.
Well, the reason I put him 3 is because I'm putting Salah 21-22 first half of the season before AFCON.
No, I think he's 1. I think after hearing everything, he's 1.
You think so? Kevin De Bruyne is the reason why Salah did. It's the same season, 21-22 Salah versus 21-22 Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is the reason why the Salah did win the Prem.
Bro, that game against Manchester City and the game against Man United, bro, I'll never forget those. Because I remember India lost that game. India lost against Pakistan that day. And then Salah got a hat-trick. And I did a video being like, oh, imagine being United and a Pakistan fan. And it got like 2 million views or something. So I remember that day vividly.
I remember the City game because that was the first time ever I posted a live fan reaction. And that was the birth of the live fan reactions.
Oh, bro. bro, for these reasons, I think personal reasons, bro. Like that Salah, oh my god, bro. Like that was when I genuinely like before. Obviously, when you're on TikTok and some people say Salah or Hazard, I would always say Hazard, always. But then that was when I genuinely thought, okay, if it was this Salah all the time, there's a conversation. That was when I thought you could have a conversation around Hazard. Just for clarity, I'm still Hazard over Salah, but like that was where there could have been a conversation.
Yeah. I remember after the Watford game, especially there, I was like, people were talking about Prime Salah. We want to see.
It's the ball roll. The left foot ball roll. Was that the game where he did the ball roll on the goalkeeper?
Against Watford. Against City.
Yeah, where he ball rolled it with his left and then shot with the right. Was it that game?
He did shoot with the right. Against Watford, it was a bit of a shimmy, so he had his foot on the ball. He pretended like he was going back, he brought it back forward, so he took that defender out. Then he went all the way to the byline, then he fake shot it with the right to think like it was, or fake crossed it with the right. So he sent the defender sliding off the pitch, and then he had like an open goal to whop it, like an open angle to whop it. He whopped it. It's just too good, bro. It's too good.
Mark, where are you on it? I'll let you be the. Well, I mean, you could be the decider in it in terms of which one is better.
Yeah, which one is 1 and 2?
Salah 21-22. I mean, I had it against the big boys, but I don't mind doing first half of the season versus the last couple games.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I think I'm gonna go KDB second, Salah 1.
Well, I can't even argue that, bro. If you both of y'all are saying that, of course I'll say that.
I'm trying to think of different reasoning, but just can't.
But that was the best. If we're talking about peak performance, that game against Wolves, KDB versus Wolves, is number 1. So when I think about it, and then the ball, then when we think about KDB, and I think of the ball that he did for Gundogan, I think, yeah, it has to be KDB, bro. It actually has to be. KDB best is obviously better than Salah's best.
We can't even say due to consistent performances because both of them at the same time give both outputs at the same. You know what I mean? So it's a very hard choice to actually.
The reason why I put Kevin De Bruyne was because the Wolves' performance, the Villa one, but then it was also we versed Liverpool at the Etihad and he scored. It was a deflected goal, fair enough, but he influenced the game. Even earlier when he versed us at Anfield, I know it's now outside of the time frame, but he scored in that game as well. It was also another deflected goal. 2 deflected goals, but those 2 goals were the reason why we drew those 2 games. Had we won at least one of those, we would have won the league.
Yeah. Now think about it. Yeah, KDB's my one. That pass for Gundogan.
But Salah also assisted in the game at the Etihad also. I don't even remember. It was also another Travella to I think it was Jota. No.
It's peak for peak. It's peak for peak.
Yeah.
When you think peak for peak, I'm thinking, when I deep it, I'm thinking, nah, KDB, bro.
And 1 point is all that separated them. 1 point.
Yeah. And they were 2-0 down. They were 2-0 down in that last game. And KDB tied his shoelaces and said, you know what? let's play football. That's what he said, bro.
Now the only thing I can think about that is what did KDB do against Real Madrid? Because that was the season City bottled it against Rodrigo in the last few minutes.
Oh, I don't care, bro. I don't care. The Wolves away performance, where he goes like this, then he goes like that. Oh my! He tried to be all nonchalant with 3, and then when it's 4, he's smiling from ear to ear, bro. With the white kit. Oh my god! And they have no forward.
Salah also scored 4 goals before. Well, might not have been in our time frame here, but he also scored 4 goals. I guess Watford.
Sorry, my headphones keep on dying.
So what are we going with? I'm going with KDB at 1.
I mean, my initial one was Salah 2, KDB 1, and then you all made me happy by saying Salah 1. So I was like, fine, okay. I'll take it.
So basically, you're the decider point now.
Oh, I'm the decider now.
Yeah.
I've gone KDB. Mac's gone. I don't know what he's going with.
I went Salah.
Salah number 1. I'll stick to KDB number 1 just solely for the reason that he won the Premier League that season. Had Salah won the Premier League that season, I'd have said Salah.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong.
Put in the chat. Who had a better peak performance? Salah first half of the season 21-22 or running KDB where he Wolves away, Aston Villa. those sort of games. But that's so. Are we agreeing on the list then? 5 being Rashford post World Cup, 4 being Palmer from February till September 2024, Haaland start the season 22-23, Salah 21-22 before AFCON, and then KDB in the last 3 games of 21-22.
Yeah. So you know what we can do now? Let's make a clip. So this was the whole episode and stuff. There might be 1 or 2 clips in between. Now let's make a dedicated clip right now for the editor, and then this will be his own video. So these are our top 5 peaks between 2020 and 2026. And then we name it, and we list it. Then people must just debate in the comments. We don't explain too much. We just give the list.
So we just say the names, or we have to say the names and
I think say the names maybe like a one-liner or something. You know, like this will be its own club now.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah. So who wants to do which one? It's like so do you start it and then you say number
I'll
5?
start off with 5 or something. I don't mind.
Okay, Mac will start off with 5. Then.
Mac, Nawaz, Hamza, Mac, Nawaz.
Okay, and you doing the intro and the outro. Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so top 5 Premier League peaks, the ultimate primes. Since 21-22, this is our list.
In 5, we have Marcus Rashford post World Cup season.
Absolute baller. I think he was actually back with his girlfriend back then also, that's why. Number 4 is Cole Palmer, right?
Yeah.
So number 4, it's Cole Palmer.
Okay, number 4, Cole Palmer's first season for Chelsea. In particular, it was that time period where what is the time
February
period?
2024 to September 2024.
February 2024 to September 2020. No, February, yeah. February.
Can we do the Palmer one?
Should
I just do the Palmer one?
Yeah, you use the Chelsea fan. Use the Chelsea fan. Go for it.
Okay. And in number 4, we had Cole Palmer from February 2024 till September 2024. So the game that Cunha dunked on our heads and scored a hat-trick, where Palmer scored, up until where Palmer scored 4 goals against Brighton in September 2024. So including his goals for England in the Euros and all his hat-tricks in between. So we have that at number 4. And then Nawaz, give me number 3.
Number 3, we went for Erling Haaland in the 2022-2023 season, the first half of the season. Now, many people will say this is a bit too low, but we just believe that number 2 and number 1 are just better peaks. But 22-23 Haaland, first half of the season, takes number 3.
And in number 2, we got Mohamed Salah, a well-deserved candidate, which is the 2021-2022 season, just before AFCON, when he took it away and was mind blown by all the different skills and the type of goals he scored.
Yeah, and that was an unbelievable performance, but at number 1. It was tight, but it had to be Kevin De Bruyne in the last 3 games before the end of the 21-22 season. So talking about Wolves away, the iconic number 4, and the the title-winning assist for Gundogan, where he's plugged out the perfect ball to break Liverpool hearts and win the game and win the league for Manchester City. And those are our top 5 prime peak performances from Premier League players since 21-22. If you want us to do it in a different time zone, we could do that as well. But yeah, that's our number 5. Let us know what yours are in the comments below.
Like and subscribe.
It's probably that outro is probably not going to be in the clip anyway. Is it right?
Stuck your mom, yeah.
Big man things.
Okay, cool, boys. I think this was an amazing live. Everybody, thanks for entering the chat here as well. Make sure you follow Prem de la Creme if you haven't already. KDB was passing the ball into the night time, but that is true. But yeah, boys, we will probably end it there.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure to follow the account. Lives every Wednesday and every Sunday. And tonight, actually, you know what? This Sunday we probably won't, because we're going to get rich tonight. Chelsea to make it 4th in the Champions League table. Arsenal to be deducted 20 points to be out the Champions League tonight. And Nawaz to be very sad as Liverpool go to the playoff of the Champions League.
Always. I'm willing to say my agent predictions will be correct, and make sure you'll pick that 0-0. There is going to be a 0-0 somewhere in there. So just make sure you'll pick the right game for the 0-0.
Yeah, be smart. Be smart. All right, guys. Peace.
Cool. Thanks, guys.